Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra March 31, 2022. The temptation to push or pressure matters is with you today, but it's best to keep the pace even. Mercury forms a minor challenging aspect to Uranus, potentially exciting the nerves. The moon spends the day in your home sector, pointing to a deep need for a little more security in your life. This combination is not ideal, making it best to remain flexible, allowing twists and turns to point you in a new direction. Take your needs to relax, rest, and get comfortable more seriously now, but consider that getting some mental refreshment or surprises can lead to useful improvements. Luna enters your fourth house of home, family matters, innermost feelings today, bringing emphasis to everything from your personal life to your overall sense of stability. Do you feel comfortable making these things possible with your special someone by your side? In addition to making your emotional stability a priority, you could also be contemplating the foundation of your connection, especially since the moon will be squaring off with the wounded healer, Chiron, via your seventh house of agreements, compromise, and significant others. In harmony with freedom-loving Uranus, you could also decide to break away from an entanglement and/or emotion that's no longer serving you. Now is your time to step up as a leader in your work life. As the last quarter moon in Aquarius reaches its potency, you could feel particularly stressed. This lunar phase does impose a crisis mode, which can add more stress as your sign squares the lunation. You may feel like it is time for you to step up as a grounded, responsible leader. The lunar energy is perfect for a peacemaker like you since Aquarius's energy is there to get the job done. So, it can refocus your attention on your obligations instead of work politics. While there has already been a lot of positive energy between planets on the job front and the South Node in your income sector, you haven't seen anything yet. It is when Venus, the planet of money, returns to your work sector in 12 days that she will know how to fully exploit this. Until then, it is more about a belief in what's possible. Do you feel like embracing the whole world? Then go ahead and do it. Start off with your friends and family. All those old arguments and problems are forgotten and forgiven, leaving you to concentrate on the important things in life. Share your excess of love and warmth with people who really mean a lot to you. Dip your toes into another culture by any means necessary. You need a little shock to the system to get you out of your cloistered little world. Full of anticipation, choices confronting you are confusing and you're not sure who you want to hug and hold close to your heart. If you feel that having to be polite and diplomatic causes you problems, there's nothing wrong with letting people know you wish to remain single and don't want a serious relationship. With so much fiery energy coming your way from the celestial configuration, you won't have any trouble accessing your charming personality. Use this energy to diversify your exercise routine. Any aerobic exercise you do will practically send you through the roof. You may want to turn to yoga or some other kind of deep stretching exercise that will bring some of this heat into your muscles, melt them a little, and help them stretch and lengthen. Welcome to your very own day. There's no better time than this to set some new goals for yourself. You're likely to be a creative, deep-thinking soul. You probably really enjoy a challenge, and like to spend a lot of time alone with your thoughts and feelings. You may also find that it can be hard for you to let others know the real you. You are also known to be quite secretive and stubborn at times. Consider setting goals that will strengthen your relationship with others. Whether it is the moon's final hours in your work sector or its return to your relationship sector today, they are not only equally important now, but even more so over the coming weeks. The moon is just passing through is highlighting the two growth areas of your life and at a pivotal time for both. An alignment with Jupiter and Neptune 10 days after the Sun left your work sector and ahead of Venus' return next week is giving you an intuitive read on a huge amount of untapped potential. Meanwhile, the moon's return to your relationship sector ahead of tomorrow's new moon is equally important. The moon might return to your relationship sector every 4 weeks, but it returns for its most important visit of the year so far today. As the only visit while the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, are here, this was always going to put a lot more focus on your relationships, with the lead up to tomorrow's new moon a chance to embrace the journey ahead. Our eyes in the sky. Today, there's a feeling of change in the air due to the sextile between Mercury in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius in the early morning. That change is something we know we can't prevent from happening, and so knowingly accept. Breaking out of the mundane right now is key to domestic partnerships and personal growth. You could also find it easier than usual to meet new people, and these encounters are blessed. Your crown chakra is clearer than usual, so you will know if someone isn't worth your time and energy. Trust that intuition. Moods could be unpredictable as your mind wanders from one topic to another throughout the day, but generally speaking, taking a few detours from your routine is bound to lead you to some valuable new experiences. Something else you'll be working on, and perhaps struggling with, is how to control your temper. This energy wants you to say what's on your mind, even if it hurts, but you know it's not the correct way to behave. You could also put your foot in your mouth. Think before speaking so you can express yourself clearly and concisely. We feel strong in our convictions, and others may seek us out for wise counsel. Conversely, we might be inspired to seek it from another with more expertise or life experience. Exercising patience is the key to achieving harmony. We weigh our choices with reverence for each option, and only proceed once we affirm that we will grow as a person through our elections and intentions. Miscommunications with loved ones provoke guilt and create the impression that we are not living up to some hypothetical bargain. Perceived slights or outright disrespect causes us to question others' feelings for us. We don't want to be seen as the bad guy. However, overcompensation is never the best route to attaining validation. Yet today, we are at the mercy of circumstance, and even if we exhaust ourselves fighting to overcome a situation, we are unable to make progress. This transit encourages us to trust the process and allow events to unfold organically. If nothing is working, stop. There is something to be learned in the stillness, and we would deny ourselves critical awareness by steamrolling ahead. However, this aspect also distorts boundaries that may be legitimately erected to keep those at bay who would exploit our generosity and kindness. We can fall victim to guru types who claim to have the answers now, particularly those whose spiritual guise makes them appear harmless. This signature factors into the upcoming full moon, so seek to be compassionate as well as discerning in your relationships. Chase your dreams, embrace your inner magic, and exercise your creativity. We can be compelled to act manipulatively, a subconscious response to feeling powerless. Our judgment is not fundamentally sound now, so we should avoid placing ourselves in dangerous situations or entertaining toxic relationships just to prove we can handle them. The moon then enters a void period lasting until the early afternoon. Delay confrontations and even settling disagreements until after the moon ingresses into a new sign.